All right, here we go. This one is actually going to be a retest from our last video. That is a 9mm versus 357 SIG. I got quite a few people and comments telling me that I actually didn't do it right, and I should have had both of the handguns of equal barrel length. So all I was really trying to demonstrate on that last one was that even a full size 9mm with a plus P round couldn't touch a 357 SIG in power with the shortest barrel available, which is that Glock 33 at 3.42 inches. So just over an inch of barrel length difference. So those of you that understood that, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And for those that didn't, here we go. So today we do have our full size Glock 17 and our full size Glock 31. Both full size, full length, 4.5 inch barrels. The round we are going to be testing is our 124 grain plus P HST and our 125 grain HST and 357 SIG. So we will be going through the gel. We do have our jug backstop just in case we do get that pass through, and our 4 layers of cotton t-shirt. So what we will do is we'll set this chronograph up in front of this gel so we can hopefully get impact velocity. We'll see what they can do. Here we go. All right, here we go. This first one up is the 124 grain plus P 9mm. We are stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how that one did. So our impact velocity on that one was 1243, so quite a bit more than our last test. So not too bad. Our cotton t-shirt did fall over here, top of the chronograph. And let's see. All right, so it does look like we did get a pass through on that one. And check out the star pattern on that. Really big entry hole on that one. Let's check that side view out. Not too bad. Looks like we got some really good cutting and tearing in there. Like I said, we did get that full pass through. It sounds like it is rolling around in this first jug, but not too bad. Looks like we got about the same damage as last time. So let's measure and see how wide that cavity is at its widest point. It's kind of hard to get it on camera just to see. It doesn't look like I'm measuring it right, but all right. So on this one, we are right at 2 inches. So that's pretty good. We got some pretty massive cuts in there. Nasty wound cavity on that one. So far so good. So now we're going to set up and see what that 357 SIG could do in our full size Glock 31. Here we go. All right, here we go. This next one is going to be our 357 SIG. We are stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. So our impact velocity on that one was 1,562 feet per second. So once again, pretty much the same as the last time, about just over 200 feet per second difference. So let's see how this one did. So I will show our cotton t-shirt. We do have our entry hole. I don't know if you guys can see that, and a pretty big exit hole on that. So that is our 4 layers. And check out the difference on this one. Once again, absolutely no comparison in damage. Look at the wound cavity on that one compared to that 9. Absolutely huge. So see, and this one does look like we did make it through that first jug also, so we did get that full pass through. But check that out. Look at that damage. That is massive on that stretch cavity. Huge. And it looks like it actually did bust out of the top, so you can see a big cut. So like I do normally at the end, I will do a cross section. What we're going to do is we're going to try to measure it from up top this time, because it definitely looks like we got a lot more damage. So we'll try to get our widest point. So this one is 3 1/4 inches of stretch cavity. That last one was 2 inches. So once again, a lot more damage. Looks like we carried through quite a bit too. So let's see if we can measure it from the side also. So it looks like it went pretty much to the bottom of that block. So right there to the very top, once again, 3 1/4 inches. So that is a huge difference. So I hope you guys like this one, because I did do equal barrel lengths, so a little bit more comparable. But once again, that 9mm, you know, I love 9mm. It's a great round, but it does not compare in power compared to that 357 SIG. And out of a full size, the recoil feels exactly the same. There's really no difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull both these rounds, flip this gel over, and let's see if we can get a better look at it. All right, before I show these rounds, I just want to show the difference in this stretch cavity. It is absolutely massive. So we will show that 9mm. Does look really, really good. Like I said, I do love the 9mm, but there's a big difference. So nice stretch cavity. See if we can get over here and look at the 357 SIG stretch cavity. It's absolutely massive. Got almost 1,600 feet per second out of that full size with the HST. I don't know if the camera's picking that up all that great, but that is insane. So we'll put both these rounds up here. All right, so here is both of our rounds. They both got perfect uniform expansion on those. On the left is that 9mm, and on the right is that 357 SIG. Let's see. Sorry for the shaky camera work, but check that out. There's that 9mm. Did absolutely perfect. Peeled those pedals back all the way to that cantilever lock. Got some perfect uniform expansion on that thing. HSTs always seem to do great though. And we do have our 357 SIG. That one pretty much looks like it went to its breaking point. Same thing though. Picture perfect expansion. See if we can get a better lighting. Sorry about that, guys. But once again, peeled all the way back, and this one had so much velocity that it actually peeled those pedals all the way over that base. And once again, peeled all the way to that cantilever lock. Just folded them right over. So they both got about the same amount of penetration, which of course, yeah, that's good. So they're pretty equal in that part, but the damage path that they actually create, there is a huge difference. But there we go. That was 9mm versus 357 SIG Federal HSTs, both full size, full length, 4.5 inch barrels. There we go. All right, here we go. This is our 9mm cross section. I already did cut it in half because I wanted to show the whole track, but figured I'd do the cross section too. But you can tell it did quite a bit of damage. Coming in, split open all over the place. Same thing with this top half. Huge spiral cut star pattern going all the way through. And this one was that 9mm plus P. So now we're going to cut it in half. And same thing. I just kind of wanted to show the wideness of, you know, how it's actually cutting through here. And you can see as soon as it opened up, probably just over 1/4 inch in, started dumping that fabric in there, getting some huge cuts in this gel. But really, really deep cuts. So we did get some pretty good performance out of this. This is the other side of it. Same thing. Really deep cuts all the way through that gel. but looking really good. And this one was a 2-inch section on this Plus P 9mm. But you can see all that fabric in there, all that cotton t-shirt. But there we go. That one was a 9mm Plus P. All right, and here is that cross section for that 357 SIG. Like I did the last one, I already cut it all the way down the center, but huge splits going all the way through this thing. Looks like we did dump a little bit of that lead jacket or lead core in there, a few fragments. But same thing with this one. Huge cuts coming through. Massive. So now we will show the splits. And same thing with this one. You can see that a couple lead pieces in there, but huge cuts on this one too. And we measured this one, you know, all the way across, all that stretch cavity, and this one was 3 inches, or actually I think it was 3 1/4. So we got quite a bit more damage on this. But you can see as soon as it came in, it just pretty much exploded. And this one does have those super deep cuts in there. Tons of fabric that blew in, but it did tons of damage. Look how deep those cuts are. Same thing, this is that top section, but really deep. Just in there tearing, ripping stuff apart. And this one was almost 1,600 feet per second with that HST. This one, the one that I used, was a little bit of an older batch, and it's when they actually used to load stuff a little bit warmer, so did a lot of damage to that gel. So there we go. That one was 357 SIG.